Well, good afternoon and welcome to Travel Mole's interview during this COVID-19 period. I'm delighted to have from the Greater Zion Visitor and Convention Bureau, Joyce Kelly. Welcome, Joyce.
Well, thank you, Graham. It's nice to see you today.
Yes, indeed. I'd imagine that the weather and the conditions around your office at the moment are spectacular.
It is. We're located in the high desert, so we have moderate year-round temperatures. So we are a very active area. We're outdoorsy. We hike, bike, you name it, canyoneering. We do that all year round. We're really fortunate here. We get, in the wintertime in Zion, we get very little snowfall. So when it does snow, it stays up on the upper elevation. So we literally play 12 months out of the year.
Sounds a very nice place to live and to work. Have you been in that particular part of the world all your life, or are you an inbound person from elsewhere in the States?
No, I actually moved to this area 20 years ago, and I moved from Southern California. I was born and raised in Southern California, thought I would never be able to leave because we had the most incredible weather year-round, and had the opportunity to come up and visit in this area. And my husband and I fell in love with the area, and we moved our entire family here. And Graham, just to show you how incredible it is, I have 3 daughters, and they all went away to college, and they all came back married, and this is where they all live. It's an incredible place to live, to raise a family. We have the wide open spaces, moderate temperatures year-round. We're very, very fortunate, and it's an incredibly beautiful part of the world.
And not just the physical side of it, but presumably that sense of community, that sense of well-being seeps through to the tourism product, does it?
Oh, definitely. I think I have the best of both worlds here. Our location, I mentioned that we're just 90 minutes north of Las Vegas. So we're very, very accessible. We are probably the only county in the state of Utah that actually has a national park, 4 state parks, 12 golf courses, and a convention center. So we offer literally something for everyone. We have world-class entertainment, and we're home to Tuacahn, which is an outdoor amphitheater. They have a relationship with Disney, and so I think that right there tells you it's really high standards. They do Broadway musicals from June through October, and then they do concerts year-round in different type of events. They use equity actors from New York and LA, and they perform to a live orchestra in an outdoor, incredibly beautiful setting. We're home to the Red Bull Rampage, which is the largest mountain biking competition in the world. We're also home to the North American Ironman Championship. And in 2021, we will be actually hosting the 70.3 World Ironman Championship, which we think is pretty cool.
I better get training then, had I?
Entertainment and obviously a lot of outdoor activities, not to mention all of our hiking and canyoneering that we have here.
Cool. Well, I better get training for that Ironman then. I'm a little bit rusty at that. Talking of tourism and you've obviously got a lot of stakeholders in that area. Lots of people come there for events. Mm-hmm. We are in the middle of a COVID-19 crisis. What, if anything, have you been able to do to help your stakeholders and to assure them that in the end all will be well?
Well, I've been working with my partners. As you probably know, Utah is home to 5 national parks. We refer to those parks as the Mighty 5. They offer incredible scenery, an assortment of activities, hiking, canyoneering, but they offer something that everybody is going to be looking for, and that's the wide open spaces. So we've been creating itineraries, putting together different campaigns, trying to talk to tour operators and get those itineraries out there so our tour operators and our visitors can focus on that Mighty 5. And I think that's really going to help our hotels. I'm really, really fortunate. I'm home to Zion National Park. Zion is actually the third, they toggle third, fourth most visited national park in the United States. And one of the reasons it's so well known and well visited is because it literally has something for everyone. The proximity to Vegas, we have bucket list hikes. We have moderate hikes, we have family-friendly hikes, and we have very strenuous hikes. Graham, we actually have wheelchair accessible hikes. So we have something for everyone. And I really, truly am blessed that the town of Springdale, you've heard of gateway towns before. Well, Springdale is so different from any other town I've ever been affiliated with. It literally sits at the border of Zion and it's surrounded on 3 sides. So I always tell everybody there's one thing you cannot do in the town of Springdale, and that is escape the views. It's amazing. But what I'm really, really lucky is that I have incredible hotels in the town of Springdale. They have very high building standards in Springdale. They don't allow your box-looking type commercial hotel. Everything has to be of a resort feel and look. Our hotels, a lot of hotels, and you probably know this being in this industry, after the main season, you know, they're out the door. You know, they're vacationing, you know, they're buying new cars. And I'm so fortunate that my hotels have always reinvested in their properties. They're always remodeling their rooms, their lobbies. They're always putting money back into it. And during this very stressful and difficult situation for all of us, I can tell you that what my hotels are doing right now is they are not laying off their employees. They are putting them to work doing remodeling jobs, cleaning like you would not believe. They're working hard to maintain that pristine look and that cleanly look that's going to give our visitors self-assurance that they're coming to our wide open spaces. They've got an incredibly clean and beautiful place to sleep. And our restaurants are doing the same thing. I would say that the majority of the restaurants have closed in Springdale. Right now, we probably have about four or five that are open, you know, for the curbside service. But all of those are working hard to ensure that our visitors feel very comfortable and very safe when they return.
Safety is obviously a key issue in this in the post-COVID world, and research would suggest that it's top priority for people that potentially want to visit, either domestically or internationally. How will you get that message across? How will the national parks get that message across that it's safe to come here?
Well, first of all, you know, I've mentioned it, you know, several times, just the wide open spaces. You know, we do have a shuttle system. They will limit the number of people on the shuttle to safe distances. When they have lines for the shuttles, they will have markers indicating, you know, spaces in between every visitor. We have gone to Angel's Landing, which is one of our iconic, it's one of our bucket list hikes. For the last quarter of a mile, it's permitted. And so they will maintain those safe distances. And when you're hiking, you normally do maintain naturally a safe distance. You know, when we get into those yellow, you know, stages, those are basically for small family groups, and they limit the number of space in between. And that's how most people travel. They travel with their families or their small groups. So I think that they're going to feel very comfortable and very safe in the greater Zion area.
Good. Now, lots of people in the travel and tourism industry have been badly affected, obviously, initially by this, and that will probably carry on for some time if we're being realistic. But have you been able to benefit from any state or federal funding in terms of you and indeed your stakeholders?
Not myself, because I'm working every day. My office is located at the convention center, and all of our events were canceled. So we literally have about 4 or 5 people working in this very large building. We all have our own offices. So I'm working every day. We've had to let some staff members go, and they've gone on furlough. And that means that we don't have work for them at the present time, but we will be bringing them back. And they've been able to apply for unemployment, and then also money from the CARE Act, and then purchase. They actually were making more money than they were making while they were working, but they've had to purchase their insurance, which, but the county that I work for cut that price in half. So they won't be affected. In fact, many of them are kind of looking forward to their summer vacation. But I do know that some of the hotels have applied for assistance, and some of the smaller businesses have applied for assistance. And I think our state, our counties, and our local communities have done an incredible job getting the word out. And also, you know, the community members. We've got this program going on right now, and it's, on Monday, we're opening up a little bit more. We're in the orange phase. So we're putting out these deals, kind of staycations. You know, you can go stay in some of the hotels and maybe go canyoneering with a professional guide, or paddleboarding, or helicopter tours, or hot air balloon tours, just different mountain biking tours. Kind of that staycation, because people, as you know, probably too in your area too, they're kind of going a little stir crazy.
Yes.
So as we go to the next phase, the orange phase, it enables them to get out and move around just a little bit more, but people in our own area. You know, our governor's asked everybody to stay home. We actually had to tell people that if you're in Salt Lake, don't go down to the Greater Zion area because that's where everybody was flocking, because we have this incredible weather and we have these wide open spaces, So we're all, obeying the rules, the guidelines, and we're going to be ready for our visitors. We can't wait. That's what we are. We welcome the world. The Zion National Park area, in our, peak season, we have more international visitors than we do domestic, and we miss them. So we can't wait, to welcome everybody back, because we are a bucket list. We're iconic. If you were to actually do a internet search on the 20 most amazing hikes in the world, Graham, you're going to find at least 3 of those in Zion National Park. We have wide open spaces. We have backcountry wilderness spaces. And we want everybody back to come and enjoy those.
Well, Joyce, thank you very much for your candid views on everything as far as Zion is concerned. I can't wait until we have an opportunity to come over and I have the opportunity to walk one of these 3 fantastic hikes. I wish you the very best of luck, and thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Best of luck to you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.